So while I was watching the Nintendo Direct presentation, I heard about this Patrick game and it kind of piqued my interest to see how this game was going to turn out to be. I thought this was going to be another THQ Nordic game, as usually Spongebob games are always known for being games that are published by THQ Nordic or THQ in general, but well, out of nowhere I came to find out that it pretty much wasn't a THQ game, but instead this is a game published from Outright Games, which most of their games are usually mixed or average at best. And I wanted to play this game because I saw that it was going to be quite similar to Goat Simulator, and that's exactly what it is. A sandbox game that's quite similar to Goat Simulator of all things. So this is pretty much one of the cheapest games to get, but at the same time, it should have been way cheaper than cheap. The reason I'm saying this is because the game launched at $40, but this feels more like a $20 game instead, and let me explain why. All these mini games you can play, they pretty much can get done within like minutes. And when I say that, I mean you can literally get done within minutes. Now there's not really that much mini games to even play. Now look, I can get around with Goat Simulator because at least there's a lot to do, but this one just doesn't feel much, and most of the games I play in this one all feel exactly the same, but just except it made a few changes to like the stuff. Because there's this coconut target where you use a little gun and you shoot targets and that's it. It's pretty easy to understand. And there's also this boats racing game or whatever, you know, from the boating school. And you can pretty much drive. The driving is not too bad, to be quite honest. And of course, one of my least favorites in this one is the Krabby Patty one, because the control scheme is just terrible at best. And even when you have the stuff in the opposite hand, it can really confuse you, because it just goes a completely different way of the controls, and it's pretty awkward if you ask me, especially playing on a console. But the good news is that the game storage is pretty low. It's like 6 gigs as far as I can tell. Now, for anyone that's going to be spreading it around, yes, mayonnaise is a collectible. And no, horseradish is not in the game, but there are fishing hooks that can help you be grappling hooks. And clams, they can help you shoot through different places. But the mayonnaise are pretty much, well hidden, to say the least. Well, not exactly well hidden, but they're sometimes considerably hard to get. But I think it just depends on the area of the game you're gonna play or whatever. Wait, there's plenty of quests, but even when you get them all done, the game just feels rather too short than how it should be. But like I was saying, it's a $40 game, but it feels far less than a $40 game. I don't know why it's 40. I mean, I know it's cheap, that's great, but again, I see most people in the reviews on Steam saying it should have been at least a $20 or $15 budget just for anyone to get this game. And I pretty much do agree with everyone saying that, as far as I can tell, after from playing it, of course. I should mention that there is sand dollars in this game after completing quests. So after you complete them, you can use this to spend it on costumes. Or if you just keep playing these quests and get the gold star or whatever, gold medal, or you know, the best thing in the game, then you should be able to get some of these costumes for free without the usage of sand dollars. But these costumes happen to be from the original show themselves, like the, you know, the one freaking performance one where everyone keeps talking about all they want this song to be in the Super Bowl or whatever. Yeah, that one. But there's like other ones there isn't really that much to talk about in terms of the costumes. It really is pretty limited, if you ask me. Although you can pretty much explore around the Bikini Bottom just for the randomness. Like I said, it's a small world. But even if it seems like there's much to do, there really isn't much. You're basically gonna be playing the same quests over and over, from what I can feel, but differ a little bit. But that's really much about what I can say about this. There's really not much to do, and if you guys are going to play this, I recommend just wait for a sale to happen, maybe lower than 30, because at this point, I really do think it should have been lower than that, and that's about it. I really just can't find much else to say about this game other than the fact that it's shorter than probably Goat Simulator at this point. There's really not much to do in this game, to be quite honest with you.